What's up, everyone? I'm Sahil Mittal here for the NBA G League Tracker, and I'd like to welcome you back to a new episode of G League Conversations.
Man, we see that's the way. Through the ice in this platinum, I did a 180, I went up the wrong way. Look at the bells and the twinkling, glisten and shine, you gon' need you some sunblock.
Today's guest is former NBA player for the Minnesota Timberwolves and current member of the Austin Spurs, Cam Reynolds, and he's joining us from the G League bubble in Orlando, Florida. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
So before we talk about the bubble, which is I'm sure what everybody wants to hear about, I kind of want to go back to the beginning of your career. When you were entering your rookie year into the G League back in 2018 with Stockton, what were some of your initial assumptions about the league, and kind of what did you hear about the G League?
Oh, man, my initial assumptions were, some good talent in there. Playing great guys every single night. Some guys who were on the cusp of making it to the league, and some guys who were in the league trying to find their way. And so, I was just trying to be one of those guys trying to find their way through the whole mess.
So you ended up averaging about 16 points per game, and you ended up getting a call up with the Minnesota Timberwolves that year. You played with them for 19 games. What was that whole experience like, getting called up, especially so early in your professional career?
Oh, man, that was probably one of the best days of my life. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Just getting that call and just getting the feeling of satisfaction and all your hard work was just paid off. And I mean, I just felt like a little kid, like on Christmas morning, like opening up a gift. Like it was the best.
Do you remember where you were when you got that call? Were you preparing for another G League game?
So we had just finished up winning winning in Team USA in Greensboro. Reggie Hearn just hit the game winning shot. We
Yeah.
would go eat as a team. I forgot the name of the restaurant, but it was an Italian restaurant. And we were sitting there eating, and I got the phone call from my agent. And which was pretty cool about the whole thing is that my parents had came and my aunt. So I got to, get the news with them, with, all my family around. Only person I was missing was my older brother. And so that was pretty cool, just, getting to share that experience with my family.
Yeah, speaking of Team USA, I actually interviewed Reggie, I think 2 interviews ago. How was that experience for you? Did you enjoy it, and would you do it again if it came your way?
Oh man, Team USA helped me out a lot, just with the physicality of the game. Seeing a different side of basketball, FIBA allows different rules in the NBA. You can kind of put your hands on guys a little bit more, and the lane is more clogged up. So you really have to go back to basketball. It's kind of like in college, times 10 because everyone knows where their spots, and teams have been playing with each other for a number of years, and we're just a team that just got put together and been playing together for a couple days, and so you kind of got to learn quick. But I definitely would do it again because I had a good experience.
So you ended up going with Minnesota. You played with them for 19 games. What were you able to learn from some of those veterans on that team? And who are some of the guys that you picked up the most information from?
Man, I learned don't be scared of the moment. Anthony Tolliver told me, go in there and be confident. They brought you here for a reason. They know what you can do, so there really shouldn't be no pressure, and you don't want to miss your opportunity. And that was the biggest thing that I kind of took away from it. You didn't want to miss the opportunity. So I got the opportunity to, play extended minutes from when I first got on the team, and then I just kind of ran with it. Just not being scared, just going out there playing my game and trying to do everything the team wanted me to do.
Did you have a favorite memory from playing with Minnesota?
Favorite memory, man, probably just scoring really my first points against the Wizards, and then I would also say playing the Warriors. We played the Warriors, and I mean, really every game. Really, I mean, it was just because it's so cool playing in the league because you just dream about that your whole life. And so probably the one that stands out the most is played Phoenix. I had hit a three. I had hit a three, and then it came down, and I hit a floater. So I had like 5 points in a row. And then it was a packed crowd because we're playing Ben Simmons and Jimmy Butler at the time, and Joel Embiid. So it was a lot of people in there, and just feeling the energy from the crowd. It was really cool.
So then moving to the next season, you ended up signing a two-way contract with the Milwaukee Bucks, and you helped to lead their G League affiliate, the Wisconsin Herd, to a league best 33-10 record. What was so special about that team that allowed you guys to do so well and have the best record in the league?
Because we had our success was really because we had a lot of guys who had NBA experience, and guys who actually played for a number of years. We really didn't have first year guys. I think we probably only had one or two. But I mean, our starting lineup, you had Frank Mason, who played 2 years in the league, Jalen Adams, who's a two-way with the Hawks, and then Rajon Tucker, who ended up eventually going to playing for Utah, and then Jamario Jones, who had 10 days with the Lakers, and then myself. So guys had NBA experience, and then you had off the bench, you had guys who played overseas and things like that. So that was kind of really the biggest helping factor, because we all knew what we wanted to get done. And so if we would kind of correct ourselves, our coaches would get on us, but we get down in the game, we'll talk amongst ourselves and be like, all right, this is what we have to do on defense, or this we have to do on offense, get the ball moving, get a couple stops. And I think we took accountability for ourselves.
Do you remember when the season got canceled? What was your initial reaction, and what were you really thinking?
I was like, man, really, my first initial action was, man, this is going to be over like within a couple weeks. Like we'll be back to playing and all this, and it's just a little bump in the road, but it ended up not turning out like that. I was actually up with the main team. We had just got done with practice, and we was getting ready to play the Celtics the next day, and then that's whenever everything happened in Oklahoma City and Utah and all that stuff. So from that point on, it was just kind of a blur. Like you just didn't know what was going to happen.
Then this past summer, were you possibly looking at going overseas or anything?
Oh yeah, I definitely thought about it. Thought about it really, really tough. But then the situation came up where the season was going to resume, and so being on a two-way contract kind of didn't allow me to do. I had to finish out my obligations to the Milwaukee Bucks, and so by that time, overseas teams kind of already had the rosters already filled up by the time that the NBA season ended.
So then after this past NBA season, for this season now, you started the year off with San Antonio in the preseason. Can you describe that whole situation? Because you guys, I'm sure, were getting tested every day. There were different traveling protocols. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Training camp was fun. Get to learn underneath Coach Pop. One of the best coaches, if not the best coach in the NBA. I got to learn a lot from older guys like DeMar DeRozan and Rudy Gay and LaMarcus Aldridge and those guys. But you have to get tested every single day. So you have to get tested before you come in the facility. Have to wait inside your car for about 30, 45 minutes before your rapid test gets done, and then that was while you're at home. And then when you went on the road, you had to wake up kind of early, get your regular test done, and then get your rapid test done just in case you wanted to go to the gym and shoot. And then possibly you might have to get one later on in the evening, depending on if you have a game the next day and things of that nature. But I mean, it was a tedious process, but you get it because you're trying to stay safe.
Do you have like a favorite piece of advice that Coach Popovich or even DeMar DeRozan and Rudy Gay, you mentioned, any of those veterans gave you?
Oh man, I can't really put my finger on it. I mean, a lot of guys, just be like, just come and do what you do. Just don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just play your game, and just hustle and be a professional. So that's kind of really the things I take away, is just trying to watch those guys. Most of those guys are leaders, and so I just try to watch what they do on the court and off the court as well.
So then when you ended up getting cut, I think it was mid to end of December, did you know you were coming into the G League right away after that, pretty much?
Oh yes, Exhibit 10, your rights are already go to the affiliate, but halfway through the season last year with the Herd, my rights got traded from Stockton to Austin, so I already knew that the next season, if I didn't make an NBA team, I would be in the G League with the Austin Spurs.
So then you ended up coming into the bubble. You guys had to quarantine, and then you guys pretty much went into training camp. How has bubble life been so far?
Oh man, it's a grind for sure. The first week in San Antonio we had a quarantine was kind of tough just because you go from working out every single day and being active every day to not being able to do nothing really. And then you come here and you had to quarantine another 4 days, so that's 11 days total. And then you finally get to touch a basketball. So, that first day we got to touch a basketball was just a rush. I had so much adrenaline just because you haven't touched a basketball, you haven't did anything like physical exercise in a long time, and so yeah, that was the biggest part. But right now, it's cool. I mean, I don't do too much outside of playing basketball. Really, I just go to the gym and come back home, rest, hop on the video game, or just chill, talk to my family and friends. And so it's kind of easy for me right now because this is what I do every day.
So you're not really doing too much outside of basketball in the bubble right now. You're not. Are you guys able to go fishing and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we can go fishing, but right now, the games are so close together. Like we have a game tomorrow at 11 a.m. And so I'm not trying to really be out in the sun too much,
Yeah.
trying to drain my energy and stuff like that. So I'm just really, we had a little, put up some shots today and then had some recovery, and that's about it. So trying to stay off my feet and get whatever I need to get done on my body, and that's it.
What were some of the essential items that you made sure to pack for the bubble?
Oh, had to bring my PS5. Had to bring my Normatec boots, and that's in my headphones. That was the biggest probably the biggest things that I use is my PS5, my Normatecs, and my headphones because I gotta have my music for game days, and then I put my Normatec boots on every day, and then I play the game every day.
So can you kind of take us through kind of from waking up to going to sleep, kind of what your typical day for training camp looked like in the bubble?
Oh, so we would wake up. Breakfast is like from 7:30 to 10:30, and our practice slot was 1 to 4. So teams either had 9 to 12, 1 to 4, or 5 to 8. And so we got the 1 to 4 slot. So we would wake up. I would go get some breakfast and come back. I'm a pretty early riser, so I would get up probably around like 7:45, 8. Go get something to eat, and then just wait. Probably might take a nap after breakfast, and then around like 11:30, 11:45, we'll have to tape. And then by that time, after you tape and then you chill probably for another 45 minutes, it's time to either you practice at the hotel in one of the ballrooms, you have to go to the actual arena where we play at. So the first 2 days we went off site, and the last 2 days we did on site. And so, you'll leave probably about like 12:40, get over there for one, and then start practice after that. After 1 to 4, come back, get some lunch, and then you have to get COVID tested. Our slot was like 5:30, so you get tested, and then after that you're pretty much done for the day, and then the day is yours. Ain't too really much to do after 5:30, so just hop on the game, really, get some recovery in, and then wake up and do the same thing next day.
So you guys are still getting tested every day, even though there's not really too many new people coming in. Are the staff who are working the bubble, they're leaving though, right?
Yeah, so we still get tested every day. Everyone here that's here gets tested, and so I think even the workers here get tested too. So just trying to make because they get to leave, like you said, and they have to come back to work. So you got to just have to make sure everyone is safe as possible.
So then you guys have now played your first two games. You played on Wednesday and you played on Thursday. You guys were down by almost 10 in both games heading into the fourth quarter. And you ended up winning both, and you outscored the other team by more than 10 in the fourth quarter in both instances. What do you think helped to push the Spurs over and help you guys win when you guys were down headed into the fourth in both games?
Our defense kind of took over. Transition defense, trying to get some stops, trying to string stops together. We try to get about 2 or 3 stops in a row, and then 3 scores in a row. Trying to trade off like that, and that was our biggest thing. And just communicating with each other. That's our biggest thing right now because we haven't been a team for that long, and so talking to each other is going to help ease a lot of things over. And so I think that was the biggest things going into the fourth quarter, just staying with the game plan and talking to each other and our defense.
So do you think the communication is probably your guys' weakest point right now, or is there something else you guys think you need to improve on as a team?
No, I wouldn't say our communication is the weakest part. I would say that we have stretches where our defense is just not as good. Like we will score and then we'll come back and we'll give up a couple easy buckets in transition. So I would probably say just finding our man in transition is probably our biggest weakness right now. But whenever we get it together, you see, like you said, we outscore teams in the fourth quarter. So whenever we're on, and we're off, it kind of brings us down a little bit.
And for you specifically, I mean, you bring offensive firepower to a team. You've averaged over 15 points per game in your G League career. You had 22 and 16 in your first 2 games. What else do you think you're going to try to bring to the team this year, and things that you're going to try to show to NBA teams so you can hopefully get that NBA call up?
Really, to my team, I just be a leader because it's crazy because I'm kind of the second oldest on the team. Me and London Perrantes are the 2 oldest on the team right now. So just being a leader, trying to set the example of being a pro to the guys who haven't been in the G League, and trying to show scouts and everything that I can defend. I'm a versatile defender, and I can shoot the ball, can be a consistent shooter from the 3. And really my defense, I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's what's going to be able to stick. I think everyone knows that I can shoot. And it's just I think my question mark would be just my defense. Can I defend the 1 through the 4, 1 through the 3, and keep my man in front of me? So I think these 2 games I did a pretty okay job in doing that. There's always room for improvement, but I'm just trying to take on that challenge.
So before we finish this up, I know Austin isn't scheduled to play your former teammates Cody Demps and Reggie Hearn and the G League Ignite team until March. But have you had a chance to kind of even watch that team a little bit at all, or have you heard much about the different prospects on that team?
I was actually just watching them before we got on the call. I was getting some treatment done and just watching a little bit of the game. My college teammate Melvin Frazier was playing, and so got to watch him, and then also Cody and Reggie. I know a little bit about the team. I know about the guys, the potential draft picks they have on their team. Super talented, super athletic guys. Look like they're doing a really good job with them in coaching and teaching them the game. So I'm pretty familiar with the team. I see Reggie and Cody almost every single day. Their strength coach also was in Stockton with us as well, and so I'm pretty familiar with a couple of guys on that team.
All right. Well, Cam, thanks for sitting down and talking. Good luck with the rest of the season. I think you guys play tomorrow morning. So good luck with that. And hopefully you guys can make a run for the playoffs this year.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me.